Alright guys, so before the video begins, make sure to check out buseplant.com. Check the link in the description or in the comments section. If you're looking for some high quality plants and high quality shrimp, I suggest that you click on the link that I provide in the description. Check out their website. Make sure before you place your order that you use promo code TEAMBUES15 for 15% off of your order. Again, that's TEAMBUES15. Thanks guys. Hey guys, it's Master Aquatics again, bringing you guys another video. Just wanted to give you guys a quick little update on some of my fish, specifically the ones in the 29-gallon tank. And I wanted to also update you guys on the 125-gallon tank, and just tell you guys what's been going on with Cheddar Bob and Red and the Discus that I got. So I got some good news. I mean, Cheddar Bob and Red and of course my Silver Veil angelfish, they're all doing great. Since I've moved Cheddar Bob and Red and the Discus into the 29-gallon tank, the pair that I have not been breeding, which I kind of expected, and I'm not too sure if they are going to start breeding again after I take them out. But regardless, everybody's doing fine, including the Discus. I had to do a ton of water changes for the 29-gallon tank just to house all these guys in one place, and the fact that the two Discus that I have in there require such pristine water quality meant that I had to do even more water changes, and eventually I couldn't really keep up with all the water changes, and I had to figure out a solution for my 125-gallon tank and make sure that it was safe again for my Discus and my other angelfish. Now, if you haven't really been keeping up and you don't know what's been going on, I have a 125-gallon tank, and one of the angelfish was not eating. Cheddar Bob, he wasn't eating, so I decided to start medicating the aquarium with Pimafix and Melafix. And I guess I was overdosing, and this caused the fish to get like cloudy eyes and their eyes would turn blue, and so I was just really worried, and I just felt like the water wasn't safe anymore, so I went ahead and moved all my fish into the 29-gallon tank. So I was really hesitant to bring them back into the 125-gallon tank, so what I did was I put the gouramis in there first to see how they did, and then they did really good. And then I also got some dummy fish, the gold angelfish and the silver angelfish. I could have went with Danios, but I decided to go with these guys. They were really cheap. And then I realized that there was something going on with the gold angelfish that I got, which I'm not sure what it was, but the day prior to this clip being taken, there was worms coming out of this part of the angelfish. It looked like an open wound, and so, you know, I wasn't too comfortable with having that angelfish in my tank, and I was giving that angelfish Pimafix and Melafix, and it looks like he was doing better, but I still didn't want him in my tank, so I decided to take him back to where I got him. Unfortunately, I didn't have any bags to transport him in, so I decided to use a coffee mug, which is unsanitary. I highly recommend that you don't do this, but you know, I was in a rush and I just couldn't find anything to transport him with. I decided to keep the silver angelfish because he was doing really healthy. As you can see, he's just tearing things up in the aquarium, so he was doing really good. I'm just not too sure why the gold angelfish had like these ulcers and these worms, and he just, I don't know, I didn't have a good feeling about that gold angelfish, and I really don't want any more problems, so didn't want to take the risk, so I took him back, but decided to keep the silver angelfish because I mean, he's not the greatest looking angelfish, but he's really healthy. His fins are pretty decent. They're not stubby and short. They're pretty good height for his body length and body size. So the first thing I did before putting the Discus and Cheddar Bob and Red back into this aquarium, what I did was I drained it because I wanted to do a water change, and on top of doing a water change, I also wanted to try to get my driftwood to sink because I did not boil this driftwood. It was too big to boil, and as you can see, it was floating in that clip. And I also wanted to show you guys the Nubius plants that I put on here, and give you guys like a closer look. As you can see, the Nubius plants look really good, and I also put some Monte Carlo on there as well. So I'm really happy about that. So I decided that I was going to try to weigh down the driftwood with some rocks, some lava rocks, and this unfortunately didn't work, but you know, I did attempt it, and I guess I just got to get something heavier to weigh down this driftwood. I tried gluing more pieces of rocks to the driftwood, but you know, you can't really do that. It won't stick to the driftwood. But eventually I just ended up putting the driftwood back into the aquarium, and it looks like it's not floating, but it is. And I ended up filling the aquarium back to the top, and I decided to get more fish because this clip being taken, I had already put my discus and my other angelfish back in there. After filling the tank up, after a few hours, I decided to put all the fish back in there, and then I decided to get these guys because I've always wanted bottom dwellers in my 125 gallon tank. Bottom dwellers are pretty good for cleaning up that extra amount of uneaten food that just gets thrown onto the substrate. So they're part of the cleanup crew, and I'm definitely going to get some more bottom dwellers. I'm not sure if I'm going to get more like Corridoras or maybe some loaches. I really want some clown loaches. That would be a really good investment for me. Not just an investment, but I've always wanted a clown loach because one, they get really big, and nothing's cooler than a big bottom dweller in your aquarium, and they look pretty cool. I mean, they don't look as cool as Corridoras, but Corridoras don't get that big, and you gotta house them in, you know, large groups. They don't have to be too big, but you know, like 4 or more. Clown loaches, I think they'll be fine, you know, just by themselves. They don't require too much, but they're also really expensive, at least around my local fish stores. You know, a clown loach for a, you know, mid-size is like 20 something dollars, and then a bigger size is around 30 something dollars. So I just didn't want to pay that much at this time for a clown loach, so I decided to get these guys. And let me know what you guys think. I paid $10 for each of these guys. I don't know too much about the worth of Corridoras. I mean, they look cool to me, so I ended up paying $10 each for these guys. I think it was worth it, but what do you guys think? Do you guys think I overpaid? Would you guys have paid the same amount for these Corridoras? Let me know what you guys think. I also want to point out that the plants are not turning yellow. They're not turning brown. They are still doing good. They're not getting crazy growth because the lighting in there is not like a lot. I mean, there's not too much lighting in there. It's just like barely making it down towards the bottom and reaching, you know, about 90% of the plants in there. And there's some plants in the corners that don't get, I feel like they don't get enough lighting. And like I said, I still want to improve on the lighting, but you know, I just need time to fully get this tank set up to the way that I want it. It's gonna take a while, guys. I mean, I'm still waiting for my plants to grow so that way I can position them the way that I want to position them and create a cool aquascape. I really just want to gather the same type of plants, and I don't know. I'm not even going to try to, you know, spoil it right now or give you guys ideas. We'll just wait until it happens. And the Discus are doing great. Like, I've never been happy about my Discus ever. As you can see, they're actually coming out and posing for you guys on the camera, because usually they are hard to get footage, and I was just shocked. You know, my Discus were actually coming towards me and giving me a little bit of attention. And if you guys keep watching, eventually you guys will see them peck at the ground, you know, digging through the substrate to eat crumbs of food. And you know, that's a good sign. That's one of the best signs that your fish can give you as far as how healthy they are and how happy they are. So I think the plants really did something for the Discus, and not only the plants, but the water changes and the the driftwood also did something for the Discus as well. A lot of people in the comments were saying that the driftwood will do something for the pH that will help the Discus, and I think that probably helped the Discus. And the gouramis are doing good too. They are doing absolutely great. They're hungry as ever. They don't ever stop eating. They're like little piggies, and yeah, I mean they eat everything that I throw in there. I realized that the Discus, not only did they get their color back, because as you can see, they're a little bit more blue now, and a little bit more like purplish grayish. They kind of change colors every now and then, like different shades. Some days they're dark, some days they're light, some days they're not as blue, some days they're very blue. And that's another good sign that, you know, my Discus are doing good. You know, their colors are very vibrant now, and I feel like they're doing good now. You know, they're doing really great. The only thing left is I need to get more, because I don't feel like I should just keep them as a pair, although they're inseparable. But I definitely want to get like 2 more. My original plan was to get 8 Discus and 8 angelfish, but I think that's too many fish in a 125 gallon tank. So I think I'm going to get 4 Discus and maybe 8 angelfish. And I'll be able to house them together for a good amount of time, but I don't think that's going to be long term. I think as soon as I get like a breeding pair, eventually I'll sell off a few of the other angelfish. Some other good news I wanted to share with you guys is that my pair actually looks like they are going to breed for me, because as soon as I took out all the fish in there, I noticed that their breeding tubes were out, and this has gotten me really excited, because if they lay eggs for me, I told you guys last time that I'm gonna go ahead and raise the eggs myself. I might be a little rusty in, you know, raising and hatching the eggs on my own, but I think I can do it, and I can't wait to walk you guys through the process. So stay tuned for that update. This is the end of the video, so make sure you subscribe so that way you don't miss out on all the other cool videos that I put out, and holler back at your boy. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, young God, for the blessing, ayy.